Ready to start?
Hello!
Hello! Welcome back to Dead Dog Talking.
The official podcast of Dead Dog Walking.
Today is part 2 of our Make-A-Wish journey on how we made our Inside No.9
Oh, yeah.
fan film that won an award. We did all the spiel last time. We're going to just go straight
Jump
ahead.
straight into it.
We did pre-production last time.
Yeah.
We talked about pissy carpets.
Pissy carpets, getting to know each other.
Yeah, writing, set design,
singing
clowns.
to the Smiths.
Yeah,
all
loads of
that.
shit. Go and watch that first. There's no point. Well,
Don't watch a part 2 before part 1.
you can give it a go. We're not going to say no to the viewers that way. Like, let's be honest.
Well, no, but they'll watch. They're not just going to watch the second
No,
part.
but
are they?
they go. Oh, I'm not
They're
going
not
to
going to
bother
watch
with
part
either
2
of them.
and that. Well, yeah, don't do that.
That is a double shot in there.
You put it in there.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah. We've now got to actual production.
Yes.
So I've gone from tea to
To
rum.
alcohol. Yeah, I've got a cider.
So we left off with talking about our hectic week of designing the
Prepping
set,
it, yeah.
doing all the props, costumes, actors, all sorts. We didn't actually have any rehearsal time with the actors.
Not really. No.
No, we didn't have any.
Did we not have an initial one way before?
Nope.
Okay.
We never went through the film really with them. We had obviously chats with them. We met up a few times
Yeah.
and talked things through and went through different bits.
And as we were decorating the set, we were going through it ourselves.
Yeah, because we realised we also were directing this, not just being the carpenters
No.
and decorators.
That's another band.
The decorators.
Yeah. Very good. Dickhead.
So the Sunday was us going to Pencoed
Pencoid. Yeah.
to get the carpet, putting the carpet down, spraying it Febreze, wearing hazmat suits, etc. And then Lauren, our sort of production assistant from the production design side of the uni, she was doing the slatted blinds,
Yeah.
gluing them in place, all done from hand.
Scrapwood and yeah.
We also had a few assistants that were doing. We needed some wrap presents. We also had an issue with the door. So there's a door in the set on one of the walls, and we didn't want that door there. We wanted the door to be, because obviously it was a living room, and the door we wanted to how obviously that's the outside around the corner. So we needed to hide that because otherwise it just worked out better. So we had to cover this big old door.
Yeah, with a little bit more time.
I mean, we say that for every part.
Well, yeah, of course.
Thing.
But luckily, it I don't notice it as much.
It's not too bad. Is it?
No.
It's just, what was it? Just a sheet.
It was just a sheet of paper, I think.
Yeah.
And I sort of did some purple brickwork on it.
Because we were going to build a castle.
Yeah, it was going to be like a princess castle, which again, given a week to do that, and maybe another pair of hands.
Yeah.
We could have done like a 3D tower, which was what I had in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, all things are achievable if you have. There's three factors that you can do it with two. You either need the money,
Pringles,
the time, or the talent.
Yeah.
And we had no money, no time, but we had talent and determination. Yes.
Wow. And determination. Just add an extra one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's not part of it. We had 1.5 things because we thought that might make up for the fact that
anyone
we
can
haven't
add
got
on
2 full
extra
things.
positive things.
Yeah. We had a smile on our faces and hope in our heart, but that doesn't make a film.
I remember because for the walls we were trying to put stuff on the walls just to make it and that sort of yuppie thing of the foam rings and stuff. It was just, and we had a nice bookshelf.
Oh yeah,
We got from the prop closet, and we filled that with stuff that actually looked alright, even though it was outside the room.
We all went, and I think you were allowed to take out 10 books each from the uni library. So we all individually went to the uni library and took out 10 books.
Yeah.
And then filled the shelf up, and then 2 days later we all took our books back. But we had forgotten which. We should have taken a catalogue of who took out which books.
Yeah.
Because we all just kind of turned up and went, here's a bunch of books, we don't know who's.
So, Monday morning. So, no, was it Monday? I swear I was just checking.
We made some lovely lamps for that bookshelf as well. That kind of made it look a bit like a snail.
It did look like a snail. It was the snail cupboard.
But they were just tubes that we got from Recreate.
Yeah.
I think they were like 10 pence each.
Yeah.
And then like a plastic dome.
That's right, yeah.
And then we put a bulb
And
in
then we
it.
put a bulb
and they
in
look
it.
pretty good.
Yeah. It came together all right.
Yeah.
It does have this weird look to it.
Yeah.
But we lent into that
I think we're quite happy
and we
with
put
it.
balloons. We had balloons everywhere.
Yeah.
They were a bit of a bitch to like put on the wall because I think we just used double-sided sticky tape.
Well, yeah,
because
it's not a real wall or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to.
Couldn't really drill.
No.
Stuff in. So then
I guess we could have done, because then we could have just filled them up, but we didn't really think of it.
we actually filled up all the drill holes.
Right.
Remember? Adam did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So we had, obviously you can picture the set in the middle, and then we had props and stuff all around the outside, and costumes and bits and bobs and things like that. But most of it obviously was in the set. So first day of filming,
Table, yeah.
we weren't ready, so we had to. Our actors came in. I think was it just Mike that day, the first day.
Yes, I would have said it was.
He came in. He was happy, and he could crack on with some work as well. But we weren't ready. We had to finish the blinds, and I remember we were getting a bit stressed out. I knocked one of them over, which broke it, which was brilliant. So we had to then do it again.
Push that back a bit more. I had to go and get a shirt.
Yes, you had to go and get a.
Which I sorely wish we had an iron on set, because it would have been. If you watch the film, you'll see what I mean. It's a very unironed shirt. We kind of had to blag it that I was like rushing around in character.
Well, during this, you were moving.
Oh yeah, that as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. So
that little nugget of
shit, yeah, of
detail.
course. I was moving house, and within that, because we had the studio for that week, I was quite cheeky, and when it came to moving stuff out of my removal, the lockup, what do you call it?
Yeah, why did you? Was it there was a how did that? Why did you have to put it in a thing?
What, in a lockup? Because I had so much stuff, and
That is a surprise.
yeah, but moving, I think our last day in one place, and then the next day after the day that we had to like have moved out of this house,
we then moved so there wasn't any.
There was no overlap.
No. Yeah.
But then there was no overlap in. We didn't have the lockup for like ages and ages and ages.
Right.
So I then had to move some of it out of the lockup. Or maybe there just wasn't enough space in the lockup or something. So a lot of my stuff was in the studio. A lot of my like personal.
Yeah, it was at the back, wasn't it?
Just in the back, hidden behind a curtain. But luckily, it meant I could dip into some craft supplies and things here and there to patch things up.
Good spin on it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely way of looking at it. Yeah, it was a very sort of cheeky setup, basically.
So yeah, you were back and forth and things. Was that?
Yeah.
That was the week before, right? Would have been. Wasn't during the filming week, was it?
I'm sure there was.
No, you were still doing stuff on the filming week though, because I remember, maybe it was the shirt because you disappeared, and like you just didn't come back, and I was like, where the fuck is he gone? Like it was hours, and I was like.
Yeah, I think I just bought a new shirt because I was like, well, I've not had access to washing machine or anything like that.
So we didn't. I don't think we started filming until
the afternoon,
like 3:00, something like that. And obviously we didn't. So on, I think particularly these days, but the uni sort of shuts 8:30 is sort of their end time, right? I believe, or like
on the weekends, I think, yeah. Maybe.
But the security guy was really nice because he understood what we were doing throughout the week because he kept seeing us, so he was all right. And he did, one of them I think, which we saw quite a lot, was quite nice, and he was quite chill about it. So yeah, we didn't start filming till late. We only had 2 days filming.
Yeah.
I did check, and I couldn't see any photos from a third day. We still had obviously the set and everything on the third day, but. To my understanding, we only actually filmed on this. We had a small crew, probably about, in total with makeup and things, maybe 10.
Yeah, maybe not even that.
Not even that. So we started late, which was you always feel bad because of actors sat around. I mean,
Well, yeah.
Mike he said he was cracking on, but you do want to make sure that you get things going. But I guess the actual sort of filming of it wasn't too bad. I think what we've reflected on is because we were doing so much around the film.
Yeah.
The actual directing part was something we just sort of had to do at that stage.
Yeah.
Not that we don't enjoy it, but we just didn't have much. We didn't put much sort of artistic.
Yeah, and I think because we were so stressed about only having 2 days,
Just had to get it done.
just had to get it done. I don't think we really had much time to, being brutally honest, we didn't have much time to sort of discuss with the crew, and I think that is one thing that I would have changed.
Yeah.
Is even if we had one more day in there, I think it would have been a lot less stressful. We could have been a lot more open to sort of collaborating with the crew.
Because we got on with, like
we got on with them. I do think that there was tense moments.
Yeah.
That, not to dwell on it, but yeah, we were up against it, and we should have sort of, if we'd have had the time to take a step back, we would have done, I think.
I think the highlight of the first day, because I can't remember which day was which.
Yeah.
But I believe this was what because I think we kind of shot it in order.
Essentially, yeah.
So that makes sense for Sarah not being there until the second day. So we were getting ready for the at the beginning of the film, Ray opens a suitcase. And you know where I'm going with this.
I do.
And obviously, you're in a studio. You sort of, with the lights and the props and the everything is around you. You're very aware of everything and everything. And you had popped out. Because it was so chaotic. I don't think I actually heard what you said you were gonna do. I just thought you going to do something. I trusted you that you were doing something that was
there was a prop that I wanted to make look quite. I wanted to give it a bit of character, because it was a big sort of nod to number 9. I might as well say what it is, because if they've not watched it by now, they're not going to be searching for it. But in every episode of Inside No.9, there's a hare,
rabbit kind, not
not
follicle kind.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm pointing there. There's nothing up there.
Nothing in there either. For audio listeners, I was pointing at my brain.
Yeah. Or lack thereof.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
So I had made a
mess.
A magician's handbook for the suitcase for him. So he was opening up the suitcase with his props and his costume in, just to get into character. And because of the story of Make-A-Wish, his background, fire is quite a big component of that story.
Yep.
So I thought, what if we can sort of just singe a few of the props in here? So a card and this book. And on the front of the book is the exact hair from Inside No.9. And again, I don't think details that you see the hair, but I don't think you see the author or the name. And I wrote a full blurb on the back.
It's the sort of things you
don't see. Yeah, I do way too much. I've often said it, but I would love to do more set design work and props and things. Which I'm lucky that the films that we make require that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We kind of I kind of jam it in. No, I think it gives it that handmade quality, which I quite like. But so I went outside with a lighter, and I decided to singe the edges of these props. And I thought I had stopped it, I made sure it didn't burn the whole thing, because it was obviously just all paper. So I singed the edges and I came back in, but I should have waited a little longer for the sort of the smoke to clear, if you like, because then.
So we were busy, we were all like blue ass flies going around, we just everything. it was so speedy. We had to get things done. And then I was like, can you smell that? I don't know. Someone was like, can you smell that?
Yeah.
And they were like, burn it. I was like, it's burning. I can smell it. I was like, right, burn it. And obviously, because you've got these big lights, loads of lights in the studio, panic mode sets in. And I think, shit, like something's on fire. Something in here is on fire. So I'm like, right, how all the lights, we turn off, smack all the lights off, turn the big house lights off. We're going around, like, checking everything. And then there's this plonker in the middle, walking around as if he's, like, deaf and dumb and doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I think I just walked back in. And I was like, what's everyone panicking about?
It is that Adventure Time, everything is fine with the fire.
That's not Adventure Time.
Yeah, it is. The cartoon, of the yellow dog and the...
Yeah, but that's not Adventure Time, is it?
It is.
It's not the same dog from Adventure Time.
It's his dad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
But anyway, you know what I mean. But, like, he comes in completely unaware that,
Oblivious.
that we're all... He's the source. He's the problem. And, like, I'm going around and thinking, shit, like, looking at all the lights, like, it is literally, like... There's a part of me which is like, if this could be over. Like, we could... What if we've set something on fire? That's it. And you just come up and you've got this book and you're like, I've burnt the book. I'm like, great. So that was that.
And then we got back onto it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we finished really late. Again, it was the guy coming over and, like, telling us to...
Yeah.
You need to get out now. And I think then we wouldn't have finished until 9, I reckon.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we got everything done. We were quite speedy.
I don't think we did.
Then we went to Spoons and had a drink.
Did we?
Yep.
Was that after the...
I'm pretty sure we would have needed one. I don't think we would have gone straight back.
Probably.
Then day 2, which was sort of the bulk of it. I don't remember really. And, like, I can't think of any problems or, like, any massive issues that came up.
Well, just the fact that
there was some annoying, like, sort of tricks that Mike had to do as Ray. Like, we had to get a ball into an orange into a bag, or so. There was just some random stuff. Like, I remember you on a ladder dropping a orange or whatever into a paper bag. It was a couple of finicky things.
We cut that out in the end. So we shouldn't have bothered. But there was me on a ladder dropping an orange.
But at least on the second day, because everything was ready, we kind of, we could get on with it. I think there was wasn't there an issue with a microwave at one point?
Yeah, I was about to say. So Susie's face is obviously all burnt up from the tragedy.
Yeah. We shouldn't have to explain the plot. You should have watched it by now. But...
If you've not watched it, what are you doing?
Hell, you might not even understand it.
This is part 2 of the BTS. But so I got the makeup artist set up, and she was like, "Oh, I have to like melt this gelatin." And there's a couple of ways to melt gelatin. The easiest way would have just been to get some boiling water and melt it into that.
Right.
Although no, I think she had already formed the cube, so you can form it into cubes.
Right.
And then melt those down and then apply it.
Right.
But to melt them down, she needed a microwave. So I brought a microwave from home.
Oh, you brought it from home?
Yeah.
So
Didn't realise that it was faulty. So plugged it in. Melted it. Luckily for our purpose, we melted the gelatin. But this fucking thing kept on smoking. So I think there's a thing. It's so weird that Make-A-Wish is about a fire, and we almost burnt the studio down twice.
Meant to be.
I hope nobody at USW watches this.
Should have said that at the RTS Awards. 10 out of 10 would set fire to USW again. We didn't, by the way.
We didn't.
Just put it out there. It was false.
We
false alarm.
we basically put the microwave outside for the rest of the shoot.
Just to cool down.
Yeah, just to cool down.
Chill out.
And then I hid it in that prop cupboard.
Well, you shouldn't say that.
And left it there.
Well, you shouldn't.
It's probably still there. Because I was like, oh well, maybe they want a microwave prop. There you go.
Oh, good. How charitable of you.
I know, right?
Tell you what. Do you know what? Do you know what's better than a microwave? A faulty microwave.
Yeah. Well, because I don't need to use it.
Smoke machine. Fuck it. Put the microwave on.
Let's not get started on smoke machines.
No.
That's a different
That's
kettle of fish for a different project. We're not very professional. Please
We are.
hire us for things.
We are professional.
We can be. We can also.
We're
have
just quite
lapses in judgment.
spontaneous. But yeah, I think the second day went all right. I think so. There's a part at the end where it's basically it's Susie and Zippo, and they're talking to each other,
Yeah.
and it's the biggest dialogue scene and the biggest dramatic scene of the whole film. And just because of time and simplicity, we had to do it in one takes, like in long takes.
Yeah.
And I think this is a sort of credit to both the actors and also our cinematographer as well, James.
And the editing, I think, as well.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
everyone did a great job. I think in that moment when we were filming it,
Sure, yeah.
it was so like, oh god, and it was this big. I think, was it quite a big camera? Was it like I can't remember what it was. An Arri Alexa, might be.
I think
might be a heaving fucking thing, heavy as shit. And like the maneuverability James had to do because Susie would at the end crouch down, like she would get down towards the. So fair dues, we managed to get really nice performances out of there, and it shot nicely, and they were big scenes, which was great. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the second day. We got it wrapped. We got it done.
Yeah, but again, we had issues at the end because we needed an outside.
Yes, I was gonna. Yeah, that was the next thing. Yeah.
Do we even? Is that even in the film anymore? No, it's not because we replaced it.
No, so originally in the script, it would end with the very final shot would be Zippo
Ray by the bins.
Yeah, outside in the bins with a sort of drink of gasoline or whatever it was spilt over. And originally, I think we were going to film this the following day.
Yes, but then something
in an exterior, and we couldn't. I think
Yeah.
it was to do with availability of people.
Yeah.
We just couldn't do it. So last minute, our editor was like, "Well, just film it against something.
Film it round the back of the studio."
That was really. I remember the time was like.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That was the very last.
It was literally like seconds, and that was it.
Yeah,
it had to just lie down, Mike.
Yeah, it was lie down, Mike, and we were filming it, and the security guard came in and he stood and he waited, and he was like, I'm like, can we have 10 more minutes and we will be out that door. And to his credit, he was like, I need to do one more lap of the building.
Yeah,
like,
he's nice. He's
amazing.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we scattered cardboard boxes down.
Yep.
Mike slumped there holding this drink.
I don't think he knew what was going on.
Yeah, he was like, "What the fuck am I doing? Why?"
Also after his job crisis as well.
Oh god,
which I won't go into detail.
But he was stressed on that day.
Bless him.
So we didn't really help the matters. And yeah, that was it. And we just about got it, and then I think we all went to spoons, right? I think that's how the end of most stressful days.
Yep. I do remember something else I just want to call out is over the days that we're filming, after the Febreze had settled, there was another sort of smell that you didn't really realise until you walked away and came back in. But we had done a buffet. On the table. Now the cake was you made the cake.
I made the cake out of polystyrene,
so it was fine. That was although the candle caused issues because we couldn't. It was like to do with because it was like there was a slot in the cake where it had to go in.
Well, yeah, because it was a number 6 candle because it was supposed to be a 6th birthday.
Yeah,
but it's an Inside No.9, so we did the twice removed trick or whatever what episode is that? Is it twice removed?
Or when it falls, yeah.
You know the episodes where it's like it keeps on going back in 10-minute increments.
I think it's once removed, twice removed. It might be twice removed. I don't know. Something.
But that's set at number 6, but somebody's like swung
the
thing upside down to make it a 9, to cause confusion. So we thought, we'll do the same trick with the candle. It's a 6-year-old's birthday, but it was actually the 9-year-old's birthday it was Susie's 9th birthday.
Are you feeling that yet? It's a headache.
Yeah, he picks the candle up because the candle gets knocked off. He picks it up, puts it back the wrong way, and yeah, it was digging into the making sure it,
because it wouldn't stick in like a normal candle. It was
Yeah.
like it was slotted, like it was very fake. But the sandwiches, they were cold, fully cold by the end of it. And I remember,
but they had only been there for 2 days, but because of the studio lights,
I remember, I don't know what, I think it was both days. There would be just
there was mango
a
as
moment
well, which was
where he grabbed the
horrible.
Febreze bowl and just sprayed. And we were like, crew, not that you would, do not eat these fucking sandwiches.
I was like, we will have food. We will get you some meal deals. Do not eat these fucking sandwiches or that rancid looking mango.
Oh.
We just wanted some colour on the table.
Yeah, it had a smell, it had an odour to it.
Yeah,
It wasn't too bad, but it was...
it was there.
Remember, like, when Mike was like, oh, he was like kneeling on the carpet, we were like, careful, Mike. Like,
Yeah, whoa, get up from there.
be careful. But yeah, we wrapped, and it was just, again, typical filming, particularly on our level. It's just pure adrenaline. It flies by in a second.
Yeah,
And it is stress, and it is just... I feel like on Make-A-Wish, because we were so restrained by the time we had to get so much done, I'm not sure I really... It's not I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't really enjoy it either. It was just like I had to get it done.
yeah.
It was just like...
You
And
didn't
the
have the
actual
opportunity
like
to,
directing part, I remember there was one part where in my head it wasn't working, and I was trying to convey that to you. I think it's one of the few times where we've disagreed.
Sure.
And not very professional of us because we're doing it in front of the actors, but there was a part where I couldn't see. It was to do with like the edit. I could see like it not working in. I can't remember what it was, but it was something to do with. I think something to do with on the ground or something when he crouched down or something. Or,
Yeah, there's
to
a
do
shot
with the
that you're not
tablecloth
too
or
happy
something.
with,
It's
yeah.
something. But I was like, it's not working. I can't remember what we did now, but apart from that, it was just like we just got to get it done, and that's it. I remember like your last scene as well. That was done in like one take or whatever.
Oh yeah, it had to be.
So yeah, that was that. That was the filming. So
Well,
it was all done.
Sort of.
All done. Then it got to the edit.
Yeah.
So we started doing the edit. We took the set down. We did a little fun little interview thing we did, which we trimmed the shit out of. But
Yeah, because we had a few days afterwards where we were taking the set down.
Yep.
So we were like, well, we might as well sit down and.
It was quite sad though, taking everything, everything down and seeing it just sort of gone.
Well, because it took less time to film and take it down than it did. Like we'd done 5 days of putting it all together.
Yeah, they put it
and
all
was
up.
like 3 or 4
We
days.
lived in that set for
yeah.
nearly 2 weeks. And so edit. Started doing the edit. I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like months went by where I don't know if it was our editor's availability or whether it was just
Possibly.
us. I don't know what we were doing, but we were quite slow on it.
Yeah.
And I think it got to probably, I don't know, let's say September or October.
Mm.
It was definitely, I know October is when we did the update for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't working in the edit. And we had planned in the script for the sort of flashbacks, which were very important because there was a lot of backstory going on.
It was all
They were going to be done
sort of
through sound.
audio and which worked slightly, but was also like it needs a bit more. We kind of need
It didn't make any sense.
bit more of a deep dive into the backstory.
It wasn't. Also, not that this really mattered to the final thing, but the outside shot didn't work either.
No.
Not that's a tiny thing that didn't really matter anyway. It wasn't working. And I think maybe it just took us a bit long to realise that we could have just finished it. Like we could have just edited it and done it and released it and just...
And I'm so glad we didn't, because it became something so much more because of the edition.
So in October, we announced on social and on sort of, I guess, finalised ourselves as well, that we were recommitting to Make-A-Wish and sort of giving it... we were going to do more to it. We were going to basically, bring it back from the
It's going to take...
ashes.
Yeah, it's well, because it was all about the fire.
Yeah, if you like.
We were like, if we need to take time, we're going to take as much time as we need. Because again, I think the idea of rushing things was the reason we were in the hole we were in.
It wasn't even, it was also just, it wasn't flowing because we had just got it as fast as we could. It just didn't have any fluidity. And I remember we did the this was when we, I guess, really started to do more social media, but we did the Inside No.9 Halloween costume challenge, which was a lot of fun.
That was just after you moved in, wasn't
it?
Yeah. Into that flat.
So we decided to, rather than just do audio, to actually shoot new scenes, flashback sequences, but not ordinary flashback sequences, because what did we decide to do?
Puppets.
Yay!
Who came up with puppets?
It was you, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think I was against it because I had done it in Vanishing Act, in my BA, even though I knew it worked.
Vanishing Act, that film that you did about clown. You didn't think about not doing clowns for...
What can I say? It's part of my clown trilogy. Third one to be made.
Trilogy.
Oh no, I have done 3 clown films. Sorry, I've done this. This is Make-A-Wish would have been number 3.
So we need to make one more puppet film then to keep on adding the layers.
There's more
trilogies.
Layers of them, but I knew that puppets kind of worked. I was just a bit hesitant because I'd done it before.
Yeah.
But we realised that we could do the flashback sequences in puppet form, which kind of fitted with the whole clown thing. Like if it was not entertainers or clowns, it wouldn't have made sense.
No, but it was entertainers. It was kind of old school. It was like the comedy that we had injected had also been sort of...
And I remember we were working on these sequences, but we had a disagreement with where these sequences would take place.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, why did we disagree there? Because what we came up with was great. So
I wanted to do it in the studio because I said that you can control all the lights. I had done it before.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, you control all the lights. You just do a close up, and because it's kind of surreal and like it doesn't need to go in your eyes. But you were like, we should do it on a beach.
I was like, if we're gonna put it in a puppet box and it's gonna have that Punch and Judy feel, because again, there's a domestic element to the story. I think it'd be great if, and it's the idea of they're in his head. There is flashbacks, but projected as puppets, and that's why it's in his head as a kind of like ethereal space. And I was like, the seaside is great for that, especially a pebble beach, which is so stupid. Do not film something precarious like that on a pebble beach. Do it on sand where you can level it out. Do yourself a favour.
Your 2 options aren't great, are they?
No, but that's easier than pebbles, I think. So we recce'd Penarth Beach.
Had you filmed there before?
Sort of. My friend Honor, who did the concept art for another film that we've worked on, we are working on, was at Cardiff Met doing a course in
Inter.
I want to say it's some kind of art, which is awful, that I can't remember what the subject is.
Crayons.
It was art of some kind.
Brilliant.
She's a very good artist.
It's good enough for me. Colour by numbers.
But she wanted to make a film for her final. Silly
bitch.
Yeah, for a final.
Film is art. Fuck off.
Film is art, but like you're not a filmmaker.
Fart.
But it's a good little film, and she built like a tiny little 2-person cinema to like screen it in within the gallery.
Oh, nice.
Wherever
okay.
it was.
Yep.
But I was in that, and she'd written it, and I think it was about an ex-partner or something, and she couldn't come up with a title for it. So I read it, and I remember in the house that we were all sharing at the time, this was way before Make-A-Wish happened. This was at the end of our third year. I remember being in I think we went out into the tiny little back garden we had for me to record these lines. She was like, I still don't really know what to call it. And I went, well, it's one piece of paper. I would call it an arsehole on A4, which is what she did call it, because this guy was prick.
Okay.
But to get back to...
Coincidentally, you didn't like the title Make-A-Wish.
No.
You wanted to rename it, but I thought it
yes.
was too late at that point.
It was too late because we kept on calling it that, but it also does remind me of dying kids, which is not something I'm
Proud of? Support?
proud of. I don't support dying kids. I don't think they should die.
Supported dying?
Yeah, support dying.
Assisted dying?
Assisted stubbing your toe. Anyway, let's not nick somebody else's.
Penarth. So you knew Penarth.
I knew it because basically I was in the filming of this and she needed to drown the character. So
God, why paid to drown you?
I was wearing a t-shirt and I was like, well, if I'm going to have to go in the water, I'm going to wear swimming trunks. So she had to make sure the camera wasn't on the swimming trunks because the only trunks I had were Lidl and they had the Lidl logo all over them. But she kept on having
such a sex symbol you are, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. And my
oh, come and get this, ladies. Middle aisle.
Yeah, not a pleasant sight. But she kept on having to push me under the water, and I like to think I'm quite a dedicated actor, so I didn't.
But not a good swimmer.
Not a good swimmer, but. I mean, yeah, I wanted to make it look like I was drowning, so I did. I took some water in, and in between takes, I was trying to breathe and grab my inhaler and
I was gonna say, yeah, because you're asthma.
Yeah, but I mean, she got us, me and Chloe, who had worked. She had produced Maleficium. She was doing the sound recording, and then. I went and bought us fish and chips, and it was quite nice.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I was like, oh, that's a nice enough place, but it's got a very sort of rundown British seaside look to it, which is cool.
It's still got the pier.
It's still got the promenade pier thing, which in hindsight, you could have filmed up there.
Well, we did when we went on the recce. We walked along it and we thought, oh, could it? But I think it was public when it was people. It was too many people around, and also we didn't know the logistics and the filming permits of filming on there because it gets locked, right? It's a private thing.
So we went on that recce. We decided you can see the pier and see the beach. From being on the beach, you can't see the beach from the pier.
No,
if you're looking at a box, looking at a puppet box. So we got in contact with Lauren, asked him to design the facade.
I think it was December, right? I think where we were making the puppets.
Yeah,
because we made the puppets. We built
just after around Christmas. We made Inside No.9 theme puppets to get into that.
That's
mindset
right.
Of making them,
because we were in that little living room, air quotation marks, or place of positive space, as the estate agents called it.
Yes, because it was a storage room.
Because one of the bedrooms was a living room, right?
Yeah,
right.
But then they swapped that around the previous tenant.
So I remember us just being in there making puppets.
We were making puppets, watching
Oliver,
Peter Kay.
What exciting lives we lead.
Yeah. What weird pop culture.
See, Mummy, I don't need a girlfriend.
I do.
Don't be asking my mummy about that.
Please.
So yeah, we were working on the Inside No.9 puppets. Then we began working on the actual puppet box itself, which I remember just being a right headache, migraine level of maths and calculations.
My room in the
loft
flat was the loft, so it was the most room, I think, the most space.
Most room for your room.
My room was the most room.
But yes, it was.
And weirdly enough, when I moved in, there was a workbench, one of the little tiny
wind up
things. So I was like, well, we're using that. Yeah, one of those workbenches that you can adjust it and it clamps a piece of wood.
Yeah.
So we were cutting and sawing.
We
all
ordered wood
hours.
from, and it was too thin or something. Like, it was just,
Yeah.
we were sticking bits together, and we just had to jerry rig this thing together.
I went to where I work because I knew they had like scrap wood, and I had to
grab some of that.
borrow that. Well, not borrow that. I nixed that because they were gonna get rid of it. I was like, "Oh, you actually using?" And they're like, no. And I was like, "Well,
Because
take
wood's
off your hands."
expensive, like.
Yeah.
Surprisingly so, but we needed something pretty. I remember, putting just that whole process of making this thing, screwing apart the bits together, seeing how strong it was, and obviously getting the big, sort of was it a duvet or something, and we just painted it in stripes.
Yeah, I think it was a bed sheet. Yeah, we had to cut it to size and like make sure it worked. I'm still quite proud of the way it looks. I think it's great.
And like you said, Lauren was doing the
front facade bit, yeah.
Which we obviously screwed in place.
Yeah.
With the little masks, and also we obviously made the puppets, but we also got to do actually some. Well, we needed it, but some rehearsal. I had a lot of fun doing that, trying to work out the movements and things, and because I was puppeteering, I was in this box when we were rehearsing, obviously, like you can imagine, what everyone knows what a puppet box looks like, right? So you have to
Punch and Judy.
Put your hands up. Obviously, it's not one because of the way we built it. It wasn't one where you stood behind a curtain.
Yeah,
it was one where you reached up,
which is a shame because that's a lot easier. I should have thought.
And it was obviously doing things, and there was a few complicated things I had to do where I think there's this one bit where I have to take away a puppet and put a new one up.
You had to like swap with the hand
one hand as the other one was still up there, so I had to take away like I think it was the church bit. I had to take away the priest, slip my hand, and they were kind of, how would you describe their sort of design? They were sort of just,
they were quite loose.
They were just, it was just like fabric.
Yeah.
And then a head, right? And how were they made again? What was the like body? Like, was it like a cross, or was it?
Yeah, essentially. I think the heads should have been lighter. I think that would have helped.
Or they too heavy?
They're too heavy, and they should be hollow. Really, they should be paper mache and hollow.
Apart from Susie, who was a little matchstick figure.
It was just a stick
that
we had to like swap the costume of 3 times.
Of course, there's one bit as well where in the flashback scene, the Zippo Ray as a, so I'm holding Ray, who's a puppet, and he's meant to be holding another puppet, which was Misfire, which is in Make-A-Wish, right? So I hope you're still with us. I hope you've seen the film.
Because we did have a puppet in the original.
We did,
film, which, we haven't mentioned.
Did you repurpose your one you'd already done, right?
Like a second year film that I'd done. Because in second year I wrote a short film about a puppeteer going to a therapist's office.
Yeah.
It was the first thing that I like properly wrote.
Love puppets.
Well, not the first thing I properly wrote, but it was a good like 5-minute short.
Yeah.
And I'd come up with this idea, and then I thought, oh wait a second, they need to puppet, and I felt bad, so I was like, I'll make the puppet as well. So I made this puppet. I've always loved puppets anyway, so I
it's a good puppet.
Properly made it, and then I was like, right, okay, here it is. You can put your hand up it. You can do all that business. All good. And then reused it for Misfire. So just chucked a kid's like fireman outfit on it, and did some fire puns as well.
Plenty of them.
Plenty of fire.
And then
puns.
we obviously had to recreate as a sort of cardboard cutout version of it.
Yeah.
Which was a lot easier to puppeteer.
Yeah, because again, it's just a stick. That sequence I love of like all the tricks and stuff, because it was just a lot of like throwing up a thing on a stick and then taking that down, throwing up another stick.
Yeah, it was nice and easy. So we did all the rehearsal.
Was that sarcasm?
It
was nice and easy. You're not the one in the box.
Well, I'm getting to the point where we actually filmed the fucking thing, which was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So we obviously did all the rehearsals, which was nice that we had that prep. The box was up. Obviously, we knew we had to take it back down to then transport the thing. We knew we had to get there. We had enlisted a mate of mine, or mate of ours, Dylan, who very graciously, came and helped us just as a assistant. We knew we were going to be filming just with a tripod. No lights or anything. No, it just literally us,
Yeah.
just us three, me, you, and Dylan, and that would be it. And so again, I don't know why, but we seem to be running out of time. I think the permits and things, we knew we had to film on certain days. Obviously, we were constantly keeping an eye on the weather. I think it was was it February we did, or January?
Sounds about around there.
Somewhere around there. So it was still very much kind of the winter months.
Yeah, because it was dark when we got there and it was dark when we left.
So well, the fucking, even the journey to the fucking train was fun.
Yeah.
So we had Dylan, I think, had stayed overnight. And then we had set off, I want to say like literally like 5 or something, like 5 in the morning. Got up, which was very painful. And I remember you did like, have you done bacon sandwiches?
I did bacon sandwiches, yeah.
And then got everything ready. Obviously, we had to carry quite a lot. There was the pub boxes. There was this, what do you call it? Like a portfolio case thing that Aaron, that we'd done. He had done these beautiful backdrops, which we were going to use for the that would stick on the back. So we had to carry them. We had to carry obviously the puppets, screws, camera, tripods,
sorts of
loads of stuff between the three of us. Thank God we had an extra pair of hands.
Yeah.
And then we basically ended up running to the train station, and obviously
missed it.
Yeah, we missed it, so we had to wait around. We were sort of knackered. We were all at the station. It was dark. It was empty. It was cold.
And then we had to figure out how we were getting down to the seafront from the train station, because it was way too early for the park to be open.
Which we'd used last time.
Yeah. So we had to like walk.
Well, I think we went through the park and then we hit a gate.
Yeah.
Like,
so we then had to backtrack and then go round and like right round some different streets that we had no idea. But we were like, well, this will get us to the front somehow. We're sure of it.
It's the sea. Like, we can't... It should be... Like, we should see it.
We should be able to get to the sea. But yeah. And then we got there and we started like...
It was still dark. It was literally dark when we were putting it up, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
we saw the dawn.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, the other thing which we tried to prepare for, but we couldn't have prepared for, which we added an extra obstacle on to the whole... Not only fighting the weather...
Right.
Light. You're also fighting the tide.
Oh, yes, of course.
that little thing called the tide.
Yeah.
Because we were filming on the beach, which, as you said, was also fun, because we had this wooden structure, this square base that had to be supported and straight. And so it basically just came down to shoving rocks under it and trying to stand it up. I had to kneel on rocks throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it just consisted of trying to get these sequences done.
Yeah. And then it started raining.
Well, I was going to say, just before, I remember that we were filming a bit with the tide coming in.
Yeah.
And we were trying to get this thing done. I was losing my rag because I couldn't. It was just time. Because it wasn't, you know...
But in return, I was also like, let's just fucking get it done.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it looks good. Let's just do it.
And then, because it was the tide coming in.
Yeah. Your feet were getting wet.
Literally, like, the water was coming in, and you were like, we'll keep going. Because you can just imagine this little flimsy wooden thing on the beach, so almost rocking side to side. You got the water coming in.
Yeah.
It's like 7 o'clock in the morning or something. It's just.
If you'd have held on to it, you might have gone off to Ireland.
Yeah, but I just sailed away and gone to a better place. And then it rained.
Wallace Island, that's close, isn't it?
Then it rained, and
Christ.
it didn't stop raining.
Yeah, so we had to pick this thing up.
Do you remember when we picked it up? We walked it up the stairs.
Yeah.
We put it down on the top.
Yeah.
And as we were talking to this woman who came,
she was like interested in what was going on.
Doing, yeah. There was a few people that were interested in what we were doing.
Wait, was she not from...
She was from a uni or college or something.
I'm sure she was from the Royal Welsh College, right?
Yeah, she might be. And she was to do with music.
Full circle moment there.
And
we'll get to that.
While we were talking to her, we just heard this bang.
And we look at over.
We were like, what
the fuck?
Okay. It was okay.
So then, we got it under the shelter when it started raining.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, because we had stopped because of the tide, and then when I think we were about ready to go down, it started raining.
Oh God, yeah, the fucking paint was running off the sheet. The colours were.
Which I think adds to it.
Yeah. And we took shelter and we had chips, I think, or whatever.
Yeah, we had some chips and then
Talked to this guy for about
an
an hour. This guy who wanted to, well, he offered umbrellas for us.
Yeah, but they were at his house, so we
sent Dylan.
We sacrificed Dylan. Luckily, he came back.
Yeah, he did come back.
With 2 umbrellas, I think. Or did he? Did he have umbrellas?
He must have, because although I don't know where they've gone.
Because I thought it was the fact that he went and in the end the guy was like, I haven't got any umbrellas. No, I think he did have some umbrellas. And then finally the sun came back out. And
yeah,
we were like,
thank God
let's get
for
the
that.
fuck down there and get it done. We got down there. I think it was sort of somewhat smooth after that, apart from the curtain business.
It was the church scene was really hard.
Of course, well, yeah,
because of the whole like switching around. It was really, and because we were racing against the tide and light. Although I think we finished quite well in time, which was no,
it was
maybe
dark when we were packing it down.
It was dark, yeah. Because obviously winter, we still very much the darkness came early. But yes, the curtain bit.
Yeah, so obviously we thought we'd kind of gone right. So this is going to help with the flashbacks, but also if there's some trickier bits that we need to bridge gaps, we can get away with doing it with puppets.
I think that was the part I was a bit iffy on.
Yeah,
because I couldn't see the connection of Zippo going up to the table and Susie coming out. I couldn't see that it wasn't Lincoln. And to be fair to me, I was right. It wasn't Lincoln. So we had to film this extra bit, which was basically just a puppet hand.
It had to be a puppet hand because we didn't have Sarah's hand.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this hand here and your hand, they're not very feminine. So
my hand's more feminine than yours.
Well, yeah, but still not. There's a scale. I've got the manliest hand.
Yeah.
You've sort of middle, and then Sarah's got an actual woman's hand.
She's got an actual woman's hand.
Yeah, she keeps it in a jar.
Yeah. That's handy.
That's handy. Whee! There's the clip for you. Keep that in. Edit that out.
But it had to, it'd be a puppet hand of that puppet
Holding.
you said.
Yeah, so
Holding
we repurposed the same hand again.
We needed a plastic cup which was meant to be full of liquid.
Yeah.
Didn't have any liquid. Also didn't have the plastic cup, so we had to go and get one.
Yeah, I went up into town whilst it was still raining. So at least we utilised that time.
I've got a brilliant photo of you looking incredibly miserable.
I'm sure there's more than one.
Oh yeah, for just that.
Just a whole gallery.
Yeah. It's funny because sometimes the photos would be like, "Do you remember this?" And they'd be like,
"Oh yeah,
here's Grumpy Man."
A year ago today, he was pissed off. Oh really? Not much has changed. So I filled that with a bit of paint, a little bit of black paint, and then just trying to get it through the
nightmare. And he kept staining the curtains.
Yeah, and then we had to take the curtains off and flip them round.
It's the last thing we would do. And also the backdrops, they would fall sometimes. They were stuck on a blue tack.
Yeah.
We got water on it. We got rain on the backdrops, which dripped down one of the backdrops. I wonder if anything did go right. No, we got it done.
Yeah. In the end, we got it done.
And it was very stressful. And I think we both got a bit shitty at points, but we did also have... I'd like to say a good time. At least when we finished, it was.
When we left again, I hope nobody from Penarth Council is listening. But when we were trying to get up to the station again, we hadn't folded the sheet. We'd ripped the sheet off so we could put it back.
Yeah, we literally just tear it off now.
And we were like, well, it's soaked. It's streaked everywhere.
Yeah,
we don't need it. We chucked it in a bin, really stuffed it in this fucking bin, and then we got on our way. We went home. We sent the footage to the editor. I was like,
"Here you
fix,
go,
please."
So then was the edit process, and I think at some point around this time we had said that we're going to release it on March the 9th. It's also worth pointing out that at this point we had abandoned 2 major things. I mean, during the edit, I guess we abandoned 2 major things, but one was particularly evident. One was that we wouldn't have the Inside No.9 opening titles,
Yes.
which we were thinking about recreating ourselves,
We were considering doing
which
that
we never did.
ourselves.
And
Yeah.
secondly, we knew it wasn't going to be 9 minutes.
Oh, we scrapped that like after the original shoot, right? Because
Probably.
it came to about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was probably quite long.
And I kept on going, can we just get it down? And you're like, no, because it doesn't make sense as it is. So yeah, we ended up getting about, what is 14, 15 minutes?
Yes, 15. Yeah. But yes, yeah, because it's got quite a it's quite a long intro and credits. So we gave it to our editor, and over the weeks or the days we were editing, we realised that the best way to do this, obviously we had to get voice as well, voice work. We did consider doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
And we recorded it ourselves. And then we realised to make it more
It needs to be
clarity.
Yeah,
it needs to be the actors. So we got them to do a VO. Obviously Ben.
There's a bunch of characters that are not in it, so I voiced those, I think.
Yes, yeah, there were a few. Susie, not Susie, Susie's mum.
Claire.
And
Because we came up with the joke of him being called Ray Voyant, so his wife would be clairvoyant.
Of course. And as the edit kept going, we got the VO. Ben was doing our composer. He did the music for it. And it started to come together, but it still wasn't working. So I think we, at some point, decided to lean in to a VHS aesthetic.
Yes.
To embrace this idea that this is essentially two VHS tapes that are being taped over each other.
Yeah.
And that are cutting back and forth. And I think when we realised that, it kind of clicked.
Oh, yeah.
It allowed us to embrace
the shoddiness.
Well, yeah. And then they had to have great fun doing like a this sort of really pastiche intro, like this children's show intro with the Taft TV and the sort of
and I thought that was
montagey intro thing, which was quite
extra thing,
kind of uncanny, very weird. We had VHS transitions. The whole film had this filter through it, which gave it like this, again, this tape feeling to it, and it kind of all clicked. I think
it really works well, and then we decided we put it forward for a couple of.
Well, we released it obviously on March the 9th. We did some social media around it. We are very happy and lucky and
especially with I'd like to say with the sort of TikTok.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're very thankful for the community that we also gathered from that, being Inside No.9.
Yeah. A lot of lovely like we did a follow up trailer. That was like all of the quotes from
all the lovely comments.
Lovely comments that were like, Reese and Steve would love to see this, and that sort of thing. So I think we were always determined to try and get it seen,
particularly at that point.
But that just kind of encourages a bit more. So we then got it ready for Reese and Steve, I think.
Yeah, I think we like you said, we submitted to a few festivals, but the big thing was because we were going to see Stage Fright.
Yeah.
We thought, well, this is the best opportunity we're going to have to present it to them.
Yeah.
I think you came up with the idea of doing it making a VHS. Cover, a tape, cover, a box with the cover art on it, or whatever.
Put a QR code
inside. And went to see Stage Fright.
Yeah, went to London.
Totally didn't print off the QR code on the day. Totally what we didn't do.
Went into Ryman's and printed it off and stuck it in, and but I still think it looked nice.
Looked alright, it looked very very fitting of what it was.
Yeah.
And we, after Stage Fright, rushed down to Stage Door.
Stage Fright was great. We both enjoyed Stage Fright. It was the second time I had seen it.
I adored it. It was my first theatre.
Yeah, I think your first
theatre, and what a great way to start. So I loved it. But we knew it wasn't just rushing down to see him at Stage Door. It was like, we have a mission.
Yeah,
we have a purpose.
And we were like checking in with each other, being like, I was like, have you got the pen? Have I got the thing? Because again, whilst we were at Stage Door, we obviously wanted our programme signed like everybody else does. But we also had this special mission. And we were waiting, and they came out, and obviously were we near the front of the queue, I think?
Yeah, we were quite near the front, yeah. We didn't know if they were going to, even appear. So it's
No.
nice that they did.
But yeah, luckily, and I've done a lot of stage door things. This was the biggest I've seen at stage door. Like consistently every night they had like a round the block queue.
I think they know, right?
Whereas where I've been before, there's been a couple of people. But so we're there, we're waiting. Obviously, it's a fandom that had grown over a decade, so of course it's going to be busy. So yeah, we prepped it, we had it ready. Again, I've seen Reese and Steve at events like this so many times, and yet I can never get words out. I get very sort of tongue tied and nervous. And knowing this was your first time as well at something like that, I knew that. Well, I didn't know that you'd be nervous, but like I assumed you would be nervous. I was, yeah. But yeah, I think very matter of factly we were like, we're huge fans.
You did the talking. I just went. I was fucking great. And then you did the whole spiel about.
Look, we've made this. We've made a short film. We understand you're busy. There's a QR code in there. If you can get around to watching it, we'd be so grateful.
And then I think I finished off with saying...
so we went to sort of... We'd got our thing signed and we went to walk around the corner and you turned back and what did you say?
Oh no, it was as they were walking off. So Steve went to walk... I looked at Steve Hamson's eyes, right in his eyes. And I went, there's not a real VHS in their mind. Bit of a chuckle from him, probably nervousness.
Yeah, he was like...
bit nervous to meet me.
Yeah. What's actually inside their anthrax?
So adrenaline, we were like, we just give the film to him, walk around the corner... Fucking bump into Mark Addy, as you do.
Who was the guest star of the episode of that night's play.
Our mission had been accomplished. For us,
got a nice picture with Mark Addy. He was very chill, very cool.
No pictures of Reese and Steve because we were too busy.
Doing
what we needed to do.
It would have been great if we had
a picture of us handing the. Someone get on that.
Yeah.
No AI.
I think we did ask like if anyone knew like. If anyone on TikTok could happen to be there, which
shot in the dark.
I think we thought too much of. I thought too much of ourselves then. But yeah, then we went and had a drink and some food because we were like
it was
shaking.
It was absolutely just the whole night was amazing, but it was a shot to the nervous system. So afterwards, we did some sort of post social media stuff, some commentaries and things like that, just to celebrate the film. Sent it to a few festivals, and over these past months, we've got a few. Now and again, we got some awards for it.
Yeah,
which was nice.
There was obviously the Sonoma Valley Film Festival.
Yeah, Best Strange Film. Very apt.
Or Strangest Film. There was Wicked Wales.
Yeah, it beat Teed and Proms. We got first and second.
We put two our two projects
Big
in.
Dick swinging over him.
And we beat ourselves basically.
What a shame.
And whoever was in third place.
And then I think it came. I don't know when. I think it was about November that the RTS awards were open.
RTS Wales, yeah.
RTS Cymru were open, and I think I'd said to you like, should we give it a go? Because there's a student category, and we weren't sure on the eligibility.
Yeah, so we did it basically like.
We checked with them.
Yeah, we checked with them.
Lots of emails back and forth because I wanted to. Because the worst thing is for us to feel like something.
But also to pay for the entry and then them to go. Well, it's not.
Yeah, that would have been a waste of time. But we checked. Everything was checked out, and we were like, cool. Well, we submit it because it's that sort of award. It's like, well, you can only do it, at this stage.
Yeah.
A few times as a student.
Yeah.
And then, was it last month? Was it in?
Yeah.
What were we in now? April?
Yeah, so
it was March. We got an email saying that we'd been
accepted,
shortlisted or whatever which was exciting.
Very exciting.
We saw the other films. We had a little nose.
Yeah, and we thought, well, they're really good. We thought, like, we appreciate our film, but we appreciate it, and the people who like it appreciate it.
Ours is a bit
It's very niche and weird.
Isn't it? It's a bit odd.
So we were like, you know,
Be a good night.
it'll be a good night.
Free
'Cause,
booze.
yeah, I've been a couple of times with other projects. You've been.
I went
with,
once
yeah.
before.
And so we were like free booze, free food. I knew a lot of people who were going. Like,
I was surprised
from
on how
my
many people
social
we saw
circles.
there. It was nice because the last time I went, we literally just all bundled up into one, and that was it.
Yeah.
But this time it was like, I know we didn't do much, but it was like, oh, I know that person, I know you, I know.
Yeah.
Even just a hello, just like a, oh, you know me, I know you, hello,
And people complimented my shirt. We'll probably put a picture of what we looked like on the night.
yeah.
But yeah, there was a just like random people. And I was like, oh, thank you very much. And yeah, we did the reception. We went in.
Sat at the back.
Sat at the back in the middle.
Yeah.
With again some people we knew. And we were like, well, we won't have to go up because one of those other really good ones will get it.
And I just before going in there, I'd had a wee.
This is very important for the story.
Lots of prosecco.
Yeah.
And I had a wee before then.
Right.
Before going in, because
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
there was a lot of prosecco. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Sat down.
Yeah.
I want to say 10 minutes in.
God.
I needed a wee.
And those things go on for quite a while.
And obviously it starts with the undergrads. So I was like, oh, ours is
Yeah, you thought
postgrad's going to come up like immediately, and that's fine. And then not only will, I be less anxious, even though there was no need to be, about, who's going to win, because we didn't think we would. But it was also like, oh, I can go and have a wee then.
Yeah. However,
it was not the case.
That was not the case because it was undergraduate, and then it was
every other fucker.
Everything else, and then it was.
I think I cried when they said music intermission.
It was a musical intermission.
I think I shed a tear,
which was great. I thought it was good.
It was
good
lovely.
Song.
It was lovely.
But it was like, oh god, and then, people that I know from Irish were there for like a. It's not a lifetime achievement award, but basically Irish has been going for 20 years.
Yeah,
now.
It was like an achievement.
Yeah, it was thanks for being a major part of the community.
Yeah.
And for all you do. So they got their award, and I was really pleased for them. And then I think the very next one was us.
I think so. Yeah, it wasn't long after the music thing, right?
Yeah.
And obviously they show clips.
Yes, and I was very pleased with the clip that they showed because it's the what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? A joke that I'd love to put in there, and then it got a laugh, and I was in my head. I went, "We don't need the award. We just."
And it was up for a drama award, by the way.
Yeah,
not comedy.
Not comedy. But I was like, people have laughed at that joke, and Ruth Jones was in the audience because she was there for. In my headcanon, she laughed at a joke I've written.
You're like, Nessa laughed at my joke.
Yeah.
That wasn't even my joke.
And what do you mean? Alright, it's probably a joke my granddad told me years and years ago. But Nessa laughed at my joke, and that's enough for me. And then, you stood up next to me.
No, I nudged you because they went, make a wish. And I hit you. I went, come on, like, as in, come on.
But again, I didn't really register that until I saw you stood up. And then I was like, where the fuck is he going?
He's going for a piss.
I was like, and then I looked over at the screen and it said make. I was like, oh shit!
It was and obviously they had said like get down there as fast as you can.
Yeah.
So we had oops up. Was it upside down? Upside down.
Yeah.
So I still needed a wee, but I'm a brave boy. Held it in.
Oh, that's very good.
It was just an incredible moment, really. It was just and then on stage or whatever, it was very much.
Oh, I'm awful at being on stage.
I think the adrenaline gets to me. I think I kind of it gives me a. I got to be careful. I don't try and talk too much because that's what I can do. Is I get nervous and I try to talk, but I think we kept it relatively concise.
Yeah.
Said what we needed to say. Did some bit of banter and then
did a bit of banter. You were like, we didn't think we were going to win this, so we'll put the clip out at some point, I'm sure, but. you're like, oh, we sat at the back in the middle because we didn't think we'd get this. And then I sort of interject with, I was going to make that joke. And you were like, oh, it's not stand-up routine. But we tend to do that when we're given a microphone.
It's because we're nervous.
We're nervous, so we try and be funny.
We go off each other because that's the only, like...
And I think it's a lovely thing, and it helps sort of cement us as creators, but also, like, we support each other even in those very nervous moments.
Even if I, like... Because it's never genuine when I undermine what you say. It's just because I have to... The only way I can deal with it, especially in front of a fucking massive audience, is to be like, oh, you're getting sentimental now?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I'm just really proud of this being the first film
I should have
gone...
There's a lot of things I could have said but luckily I was just like, oh...
But what you ended up saying after, oh, he's getting soppy now, was, okay, I'm going to go because I need a wee. And I sort of, like, went... And
you're
then,
like, come on,
and then
like,
followed,
as if you're like some sort of carer.
Yeah. And then we walked off the stage and we were being ushered around.
You're still not done. We were like, photo time now. I was like, for God's sake,
like, what? You were desperate. So we had these photos on the backdrop. Again, we'll put it up there.
Okay.
Thanks, editor.
Thanks,
and then you went for a wee, I think.
Definitely.
I assume, yeah. And then I went for a wee because it was a chain reaction sort of thing.
And then lots of wine.
Lots of wine, lots of people coming up to us, people that we knew, people that we didn't know.
Should I be really cocky right now?
Go on. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, smash!
Please don't.
Ta-da!
There it is. Yeah, we're incredibly grateful for it.
No, yeah, I think.
But
yeah,
I think it just it's a lovely thing for our first ever project as well.
Yes, yeah, and it was a genuine surprise.
We were shocked. I think still are every time I see it.
Yeah,
sat there, I'm like,
and
what is that?
I think for how much we self-doubt each other and also the projects that we do, it's a nice little bit of encouragement.
Oh yeah,
to be like, someone out there is
someone's watched it and gone,
someone,
that has value. That is good. That deserves recognition.
But it was like you said, great night.
Yeah.
Nice to see, like I said, familiar faces there, and we're shit at networking.
Yeah, we need to get better at it.
Because our sponsors were Bad Wolf, so we were literally in the best position to be like... I mean, not that, again, you're not going to...
No, but I do regret not talking to them more, because they just got an award for sustainability.
Yeah.
And this was one of the most sustainable
films I couldn't sustain my bladder, so...
And you couldn't sustain your bladder, but...
I actually have a very good bladder.
Okay.
Just putting out there. Just because I said I needed a wee didn't mean I pissed myself on stage.
No, that would have been
because when I was
the award back, I reckon.
When I was in primary school, I used to have a bit of like a phobia with toilets. I never went to the toilet in primary school ever. And so if I needed a wee, my bladder would just hold it.
Is this really the way to end this episode? Talking about your bladder in primary school?
Yes.
God almighty.
I'm just saying, I got a good bladder.
From pissy carpets to pissing yourself. The Make-A-Wish story.
Penguin classic.
Well, yeah, you sort of waddled off the stage.
I didn't. What you waddled off?
I waddled on. I look like a gremlin because I can't hold myself properly.
Yeah.
In front of people.
You got to relax, innit?
Yeah, I should do.
Anyway.
Should have drunk some more before we got on the stage.
God, yeah. So yeah, that was. I guess that is the whole journey. Make a wish.
That is it. Yeah.
That is it.
It's still out there online.
Yep.
Even if you have watched it before, watch it again. Watch it with your family. If you've been in a house fire, watch it with your negligent alcoholic father.
People at work are like, oh, like, is it? They're like, oh, if I share it, is it like okay? I was like,
yes, of course.
What do you mean? I was like, it's not that violent. I was like, well, and they were like, no, but is it like, is it profanity or like, racist? I'm like, what? No. What are you on about?
You're like, what do you take me for?
Yeah, what do you take me for? Terrible.
Like, just because I've seen some of your social media posts about reform and how you support
whoa,
that. So
no.
Is that in your films? No. I'm actually a little more left wing in my media outlets. Yeah, so do go watch it.
But it was a hell of a journey.
Hell of a
and
journey.
it could have finished. We had people say to us,
Come on, lads.
"Yeah,
Not give up, but like wrap it up. Like, and that was before the puppets and things.
Yep.
And they were like, you could just release it, and we're like, we could, but and I think
going with it.
that kind of shows our character a bit. And again, it was not in a malicious way that they were telling us
No.
to stop. It was they were like, you guys have worked on this for a good while. Move on to something else, and then since then we've gone, well, we want to do something bigger and better. And I think we always want to improve, and we always want to go on to the next thing. Yeah, I think we've not that we've planned out projects, but we've had discussions about so many different projects that I'm sure one day will eventually happen. And I think it's all down to Make-A-Wish.
yeah,
I think everything we do after this sort of springboards off of that, and if we could get through Make-A-Wish and make such
anything.
a success of it, we can get through anything.
and obviously we formed a friendship over it as well.
Yeah, and that will always be really important to me.
The most important thing of that Masters.
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It goes friendship with you, Make-A-Wish.
He's thinking.
There's
conundrum.
not really much. I also worked on another film during the Masters, Patient. So those are the three things
Yeah.
I got out of
There you
Patient,
go.
out of the Masters. None of which were in the classroom, really.
There you go.
So
On that note.
yeah, let's finish on a note. Don't do a Masters in Screenwriting.
Wow.
Just go out and do it yourself. Unless you want to use the resources in the uni.
Well, again,
then stick around
that
for
was
another
kind of
year.
great with Make-A-Wish because I hadn't really used the studio in a film before.
Yeah,
So it's like, well,
might as well.
might as well.
Yeah.
And we didn't get any repercussions.
No.
And not just saying this, I've seen a surprisingly higher uptake of studio and set-based films since we did Make-A-Wish.
Yeah. We're trendsetters.
Were we the trendsetters?
Do they think they're going to get awards like us? I hope not.
Probably.
Probably.
BAFTAs, isn't it?
That's our next step, I think. Not our next step, but it's something that we're
Until
aiming
then,
for.
well, actually, not
Yeah.
not until then. We're going to do more pods. We can't wait forever. You know. Thank you all for
brilliant.
joining us on this journey.
Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. I need a wee now.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Wow.